Hello, I'm Dennis Nickerson, President and founder of livingenglish.in-moncton.com. Today I'm beginning a 6-part series on English verb tenses. In English, there are 3 tenses. The tenses are the past, the present, and then the future. There are also 3 aspects to each of these tenses. There is simple, there is progressive, and then there is perfect. When we put all the combinations together, there are 12 English verb tenses in total. Today I'm going to concentrate on 2 of them in this blog: the present simple and the present progressive, or present continuous. Present progressive and present continuous are the same thing. So let's start with the present simple. If I want to put together a statement in English in the present simple, there is a formula that we use to build this. For instance, if you look at this card here, you'll see that a positive way to express the present simple is with this formula. First of all, you have the subject, then you have the verb tense, then you have the object, and then you have the time expression. This is a positive way to express the present simple. For example, here is a sentence. The sentence is, Jason takes the bus to work every day. So present simple is a way that we express our daily routines and our habits that happen to us every day. Like, for instance, I go to work every day. I shower in the morning. I eat breakfast in the morning. I eat supper in the evening. All of these are habits and routines that I have, and that is the way that we use the simple present to describe them. And we also use adverbs of frequency with the present simple to describe these routines and habits, like with words like usually, sometimes, or rarely. So here in this case, we have a positive statement. In the present simple, Jason takes the bus to work every day. In this sentence, the subject is Jason. The present tense verb is takes. The object is the bus. And the time expression is to work every day. Now, there is a negative way also to express statements in the different tenses. We have a positive, a negative, and then we also have a question that we form to express each of these tenses. So let's look at the negative way we express the simple present. As you can see in this card here that I'm holding up for you, there is a formula for the negative like there was with the positive. And don't worry, each of these formulas will be put on the blog along with this video. So in this case here, when we express the present simple in the negative, we have the subject plus do or does plus not. So we make the expression do and not is don't, and does and not is doesn't. So that's your modal or helping verb. And then you have your verb, then you have your object, and then you have your time expression. So coming back to our example about the positive way we expressed it in this statement, Jason takes the bus to work every day. In the negative sense, I would say this: Jason doesn't usually go to work on Saturdays and Sundays. So in this case, I turned it into a negative. The subject is Jason, and I combined does and not together. So Jason doesn't usually go is the verb, to work is the object, And the time expression is on Saturdays and Sundays. That is the negative way we express the simple present. Then we have the question form of the present simple. So asking a question, the formula would go something like this. First of all, we would have the question word. And to express questions in English, we would use words like who, why, which, when, how. Those are question words. So we begin the simple with the present simple sentence with a question word, plus we add do or does, plus we add the subject, then the verb, then the object, and a time expression. Coming back again to our present simple example, remember the positive is Jason takes the bus to work every day. The negative is Jason doesn't usually go to work on Saturdays and Sundays. And the question that we could form here for the present simple is this: how often does Jason take the bus to work? So the question word, when I form it that way, would be how often, and the do or does, and in this case, because it's a third person singular, we would use does. So how often does, and the subject is Jason, and the verb is take, the object is the bus to work. So the time expression is at the beginning, how often, with the question word. So that is a positive way to express the present simple, a negative way to express the simple present, and a question that is formed to express the present simple. So let's go on now to the present continuous. The present continuous is something that happens at the moment. It is something that is going on as you describe it. Whereas the present simple is a daily routine or habit that happens every single day or each week or each month. The present progressive is describing something that is happening right now. So the formula we use for the present progressive in the positive way to express it, as you can see in this card I'm holding up, we have the subject, then we have a modal verb to be, then we have the verb, and then we have the suffix ending ing on the end of that verb, plus an object, plus a time expression. So let me give you an example for present continuous action that's happening right at the moment. In this statement here, we have Frank is watching TV at the moment. So these are time expressions that we use to describe something that's happening right now. Things like at the moment, now, today, or this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening. So the present continuous for action that's happening right at this moment is that Frank is watching TV at the moment. That is the positive expression. Then we have the negative way to express the present progressive. And in the negative way, we have the subject plus the modal verb to be plus not the negative, the negation. And in the negative, we usually say isn't or aren't, plus the verb, plus the suffix ending ing, plus the object, plus the time expression. So coming back again to our example, for the present continuous for actions that are happening at the moment, in the positive, Frank is watching TV at the moment. In the negative, we could say this: Frank, and then we would use the verb or to be. So in this case, it would be the verb is, and then we add the word not to it. So it would be is not or isn't. So Frank isn't, and then we add the verb with the ing ending. Frank isn't watching the object TV, and the time expression now or at the moment. So Frank is watching TV at the moment is the positive statement. The negative statement for present continuous is Frank isn't watching TV now. So again, the third expression we use to describe present progressive is with the question word, the verb, the modal verb to be, the subject, the verb with the ing suffix ending, plus the object, plus the time expression. This is the way we would use the question formula for describing present progressive. So in this case again, we would ask the question based upon this statement, when is Frank watching TV? So when is the question verb? The to be verb is, so when is, the subject is Frank, and the verb with the ing ending is watching, and it's TV is the object. So here's the way we have the expressions if we use them in this order. The positive expression is there in front of you. Frank is watching TV at the moment. The negative form, Frank isn't watching TV now. And the question form is, when is Frank watching TV? So that will give you an idea of the difference between the present simple tense and the present progressive continuous tense. And the three ways that we used it to express the tense in English is a positive way, a negative way, and a question. So I will have those posted for you in the same blog as this video so that you can go over these a little more carefully to understand them much better. Thank you for listening.